Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you guys are subscribers to my channel, thank you for coming back as well. Before we talked a little bit about all the features about the saw, what's good, what's bad, what they need to improve, what we like and dislike, and we showed all the features of the saw. Now today I wanted to show you guys a little bit about the saw and how we're going to put the blade in. Now as you guys saw, we looked at the saw and we said, oh my god, where is the key and where do we open up a little bit? So now open to put the blade. So now we have this plastic right here. If you guys saw in previous videos, make sure you guys look at the previous videos. We saw this plastic, and we saw this screw, and also the collar that goes around it. And we were wondering if you guys also wondered how we put it in, how we take it out, how the saw operates. So now we're gonna go back a little bit. We talked to you guys about the blade. We're gonna talk quickly about the blade again. It's a Ryobi 5.5 inch, 140 millimeter blade, 7,500 max RPM. It's the Ryobi blade. We also know that when you install the Ryobi blade, you want to have the graphics toward you, not in toward the saw itself. So what I mean is, in the housing, the graphics will be toward you with the Ryobi sign facing you as well. That way you know how you put the saw blade in. We also talked about something about not having the battery in while you're changing a saw blade. If you guys are not very inclined in power tools, then I would suggest taking the battery out. Now also, beforehand, you guys could also lock the saw, which is right here, this tab right here, which locks the saw and locks the trigger, and so on and so forth. So this is going to be a small tutorial, but we're also going to be showing you if the saw works well or not. So let me show you the other side, which some of us said we don't like. And we're going to be turning the saw for a moment this way. If you guys turn the saw this way, you guys see where you put the battery. Now, it's pretty weird how it goes to the side, but that's the design they made. We're going to see if that affects the operation of the saw or not. So without further ado, we're going to be showing you how to install the saw blade, but we're going to keep the battery out. So we're going to turn it back right here, and my assistant, I'm the cameraman today, my assistant is going to be assembling it. As you can see, we have the Allen wrench, opening it up. We're going to zoom in a little bit so that you can see the set screw and the spacer. If you guys see, I forgot to talk to you guys about the way you lock the saw blade is, see that gray tab right there? You're going to be pushing down on it when you're changing the blade. So now what we're going to do is, that's locking the spindle. So now we're going to take it out. Pretty much you're taking the screw out, and you're taking the spacer also. That's the spacer. You want to have that toward the saw. So we have it this way instead of this way. So now we push the plastic back, as you can see right there. We put it on the arbor spindle of the saw itself. We put the collar, and now we're going to put the set screw in. You want to make sure that everything lines up And as I said, in a moment I'll explain to you guys how you see the Ryobi graphics sign on the tool itself. And then if you look outside, you're having the Ryobi graphics of the saw facing you as well. That's very important when assembling the blade on the saw. You want to make sure it's very, very tight by hitting that brake that you saw on the other side. You just have to lock it in, and you've got to apply pressure to the key. So now we're going to turn it around, and we're going to install the battery inside that. Now let's make sure that we put it in correctly. You're going to hear the snapping. And that was the 4AH battery, the 18 volt lithium. So now, without further ado, we're going to make sure that it spins the right way. So it's going the right way, we can see that. We're going to move that away, and we're going to go over to our famous jaw horse that we've been using. So let's talk a little bit for a couple minutes about the jaw horse. We have the jaw horse, and it's a clamping device that you guys like by Rockwell. You have the jaws, and they are rubber. So what we did is we put it in between the two rubber jaws, which comes with the vise. You guys have to make sure that it's flush with both sides, and you guys have the lock down. Actually, that's the foot lever for the to go back and forth on the vise, and on the front you have your lock. So now, without further ado, we're going to test if this thing cuts good. That cut right through it without any hesitation. And now we're going to also talk about whether this thing really did a great job. I think it did a great job. For this thing is a 5.5 inch. Keep in mind that we were cutting, and it cut it pretty good. I mean, there's no burr on the saw. You may have to file it down a little bit, as you can see right here. But I think it did an excellent job. Again, the battery had no effect on protruding away from the saw. If you guys are not cutting through a lot, you guys can use the 1.5 AH that we have together with the combo. Or if you guys just bought the tool, you can either buy the 4 AH or the 1.5 AH. If you're the homeowner, or a small contractor, sometimes you can get away with the 1 AH, but we decided, since it came with the combo, that we were going to go with the 4 AH. So I hope you guys liked the tutorial and how it cut. Let me know if you guys liked it in the comments. So like and subscribe to my channel, and I hope that you guys stop by and watch my other videos. We will do some other testing on some other Ryobi tools. So thank you, like and subscribe, and I hope that you have a great day.